Yo, what's up guys, Gori here, back at a new video. In today's video, I'll be telling you guys which is the best fighting style in Blox Fruits. In this video, I'll be talking about their damage, their combo potential, their utility, their rarity, the amounts of belly they cost, and a lot of other aspects will be discussed in this video. In short, this video will help you guys find out which is the best fighting style in Blox Fruits. So if you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it even a little bit, make sure to hit that like button. That really helps the video out a lot and it's greatly appreciated. Also, while you're at it, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. We just hit 4.1k subscribers. Let's try to hit 5k by the end of June. So yeah, enough of this talking now, let's get right into the video. So I'll be starting the video off by telling you guys how many types of fighting styles there are actually in the game. In total, there are 8 fighting styles in the game. 5 are the lower tier ones and 3 are the high tier ones. By high tiers, I mean the ones that you use in New World and the ones that are really good for PvP and farming. So the low tier ones are the Combat, Dark Step, Electro, Water Kung Fu, and Dragon Breath. These 5 fighting styles are the lower tier fighting styles and cannot be compared with the high ones because their damage, combo potential, rarity is just too low to be compared with them. So I'll be talking about them separately, but before I tell you guys more about them, let's talk about the high tier ones as well. So there are 3 high tier fighting styles. There is Superhuman, Death Step, and Sharkman Karate. These 3 fighting styles are really powerful and they can be used for PvP and farming efficiently. So I just do not want to compare these with the lower tier ones because that is really obvious to some of you guys who actually play the game. So the first fighting style is the Combat. Combat is the most basic fighting style in the game. Whenever you join Blox Fruits, you receive Combat. It only has 2 moves and the moves have really bad range and combo potential. It has the most basic set of moves in Blox Fruits. So let's just not compare it to the other fighting styles. Let's get into the next fighting style. Let's talk about Dark Step. Dark Step can be obtained at the Pirate Island for 150,000 belly. It is located right over here. This NPC will trade you Dark Step for 150,000 belly. Dark Step has 4 different moves. One of its moves cannot be used for damaging. It is used for amplifying the other moves and giving them more damage, which is a pretty useful move in my opinion and a really unique one as well. If we talk about the damage of Dark Step does not actually deal a lot of damage, hence it is known as a lower tier fighting style. Also, it is not even that good for combos as well. So this fighting style is just for the beginners, and if you guys are a beginner, I would not recommend you guys to get this because you guys are just wasting your belly. You guys can actually go buy a devil fruit which can help you grind really easily. If you guys want to know more about grinding, you guys can watch my other video which I have a card right here or link in description. Yeah, in my opinion, Dark Step is one of the worst fighting styles in the game, so I would not recommend you guys to be actually using it. Now let's move on to the next fighting style. So the second fighting style I'm going to be talking about is Electro. Electro fighting style can be obtained at the Sky Island right over here. It's a really sneaky spot, but you guys actually have to find him right over here. There is an NPC right over here which will trade you Electro for 500,000 belly. It has 3 different moves and these moves are really good for stunning. They can be used for combos. It has a much better combo potential than Dark Step and Combat, but the damage of it is not ranked up to the high tier fighting style. So that's why it is known as one of the worst ones as well, because its moves have a bit more range than Dark Step and Combat and it can do a bit more damage than both of them as well. So it is considered higher than those. Okay, so now let's move on to the next fighting style. So the next fighting style I'm going to be talking about is Water Kung Fu. Water Kung Fu can be found at the underwater city right over here. He is a really sneaky NPC and you guys actually have to look for him if you guys want to obtain this fighting style. Just come straight from here and you guys will find him right around this corner. As you guys can see, there's a hole in this wall. You guys can go in here and here you can see the Water Kung Fu teacher Jimbei. He will train you guys the Water Kung Fu for 750,000 belly. This fighting style is not even that bad. It can be used for PvP and farming and can be used to obtain a really good fighting style later in the game when you guys go into the new world. This fighting style is my favorite out of all the low tier ones because of its range and really fast moves. It does really good damage in a short period of time and can be used for unbelievable combos that you guys would not actually expect. So if you guys have the money, you guys should buy this fighting style and it is really good for farming as well, so you guys do not even have a problem with farming. I'll rank it above Dark Step and Electro because it is just a really big upgrade from both of those, because those do not actually have a lot of damage but this one actually does a lot of damage and has good combo potential as well. So that's why I will rank it a bit higher than Electro and Dark Step. But this, as usual, cannot go to the high tier fighting styles. But yeah, if you guys are in old world, make sure to buy this fighting style. Okay, so the next fighting style I'm going to be talking about is Dragon Breath. As you guys know, I'm in the new world now because Dragon Breath can be obtained by talking to Sabo, which is located at the new world. And to find this guy, you guys have to come over here and jump up right over here. Talk to Sambo and you guys can obtain your Dragon Breath fighting style by him. You can buy it for 1500 fragments. Yes, you heard me right, 1500 fragments. To obtain fragments, you guys have to do raids, defeat Sea Beast, or defeat Darkbeard. Fragments is a really rare currency and you guys actually have to grind a lot to actually obtain a little amount of it. So yeah, so this one is the most expensive out of all of the low tier fighting styles, and actually it does a lot of damage, but it is really bad for PvP in my opinion. It can be used for farming efficiently, but for PvP it is not for me. This fighting style is not one of the best as well because it just doesn't compare with the top 3 that I'm going to be talking about right now. And if you guys have the fragments for this, make sure to buy this and try it out for yourself, but in my opinion this is not worth it. So do not waste your fragments on that. Make sure to get the super OP fighting styles before this and then go for this. So now we get into the high tier fighting styles that I said are really OP. So by high tier I mean really good fighting styles which can be used for farming and PvP really efficiently. So the first high tier fighting style is Superhuman. Superhuman can be obtained at the Snow Island right over here. The NPC which lets you buy Superhuman is a really sneaky one, so he hides in a cave right over here. To obtain Superhuman, you guys need to have 300 mastery in every single fighting style besides the high tier ones. So for example, you guys do not need to have 300 mastery on Death Step, Sharkman, Karate, and as you guys know, combat is not a low tiered fighting style, so there is no requirement for that as well. So in short, you guys only have to train your Dark Step, Electro, Water Kung Fu, and Dragon's Breath to 300 mastery to actually obtain Superhuman. And also if you guys have all of those requirements, you guys need to pay 3 million belly as well. But trust me, this fighting style is actually worth it. It has exceptional damage and does really good combos with a lot of devil fruits and swords. It is my personal favorite in the game as well. This fighting style has one of the most damaging moves as well, and it has really fast moves, so it can be used for combos really efficiently. It goes really good with stun based devil fruits, so for example ice, dark, that it goes really good with them because they can be used for stunning, and then this can be used for dealing damage. So that's why this fighting style is one of the best out there. Now let's move on to the next fighting style. So the next fighting style I'm going to be talking about is Death Step. It is one of the most powerful fighting styles in the game and can be obtained at the Arctic Island right over here. You guys just come into this castle and you guys have to kill the Ice Admiral which spawns right over here. He will drop a library key, but it is a really rare key that can be dropped. But if you guys are actually lucky and obtain it, make sure to open this door right over here and then you guys can talk to this NPC for Death Step. Death Step costs 5000 fragments, 2.5 million belly, and you guys need to have 400 mastery in Dark Step, but it is actually worth it. It does really good damage in a short period of time and it has one of the shortest cooldowns in the game as well. A lot of people use this fighting style with ice, dark, tremor, and other PvP fruits like doe, dragon, and stuff like that to spam and then deal super good damage in a short period of time. So this fighting style is really good for that, and also this fighting style is really good for PvP as well. So now I've talked a lot about Death Step. Now let's talk about the last fighting style, and after that I'll tell you guys what is my opinion and I will be telling you guys which is the best fighting style in Blox fruits. Okay, so the next fighting style I'm going to be talking about is Sharkman Karate. This fighting style is one of the most versatile, but before we get into that, let's talk about how you obtain it. So you come to the new island and go behind the island and you guys will spot a small island right over here. This island spawns the Tide Keeper boss. You guys have to kill that boss and that boss has a small chance to drop the water key. When you guys obtain the water key, you guys have to come all the way over here, right over here. You guys have to talk to Digrog to actually obtain this fighting style. Also, the requirements for this fighting style are 400 mastery in Fishman Karate, 2.5 million belly, and 5000 fragments, and you need the water key as I told you guys already. So it is one of the most expensive fighting styles in the game as well, but it is worth it as well. It is one of the most versatile fighting style in the game and does really good damage in a short period of time and can be used for combos really efficiently. This one in particular is really good for farming as well, and it is one of my favorites to use for farming because its Z move just does really good damage and it also has knockback, so it can be used for bosses as well. So that's why it is one of my favorite as well and one of the most powerful in the game as well. But now you guys know everything about all the fighting styles in the game. Now let's talk about my opinion and which I think is the best. So in my opinion, Superhuman is the best fighting style in the game because of its unique and super fast moves and really good combo potential. With the addition of its exceptional damage, it is one of my favorite and the best fighting style in Blox fruit. It goes really good with swords, guns, devil fruits, basically anything you put up with it just goes really good with it and it can do wonders for you. So in my opinion, if you guys are starting to bounty hunt or starting to farm in the new world and you have all the requirements for Superhuman, make sure to get Superhuman before you start farming because it is one of the best out of all the fighting styles you can actually obtain. So yeah, that was my opinion. So if you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it even a little bit, make sure to hit that like button and also also, while you're at it, make sure to consider subscribing as well. Let's try to hit 5k subscribers before the end of June. And that is it from me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.